Hello everybody, welcome back once again to the Lord of the Rings The Third Age walkthrough. Had to stumble on that one for a little bit.
No Orcorn. Open the gate!
An alliance once existed between elves and men. Long ago we fought and died together. We are proud to fight alongside men once more.
Alright, let's get this party started. So the Helm's Deep battles are difficult or easy, depending on, obviously, how skilled up your characters are. and I suppose their levels. But anyways, I guess actually strategy is probably the biggest part. So, the one thing you gotta know about these Berserkers is I don't think that there's a single way to really do anything with them. I'm not sure if they can be crippled. I'm 99% sure that they cannot be slept. But what you probably would, or what would probably be a good idea is, number one, get Standfast up. I'm not 100% sure if these ones can stun you. I know the veteran Berserkers can. I'm just not 100% sure which one these exactly are. But anyways, Standfast is a good idea so that you're not getting stunned. And I don't remember what else comes up these ladders. I guess we'll see here, but generally what you're going to want to do is, or if you can, is knock a couple of these Berserkers down and get some of the other enemies to come up. Hopefully you'll get ones that can be slept or stunned or crippled or whatever. Again, I'm just not 100% sure which these ones were. Because again, there is a difference between the Berserkers. I believe there's a veteran Berserker, and then there's just whatever the regular version. But anyway, this guy, the guy with the shield, can be slept, so that's already a step in the right direction. Because I guess the idea here is that nice, get some Royal Grace going. Okay, very nice. The idea is to kind of get the, with any fight in this game, is to get the battle under control. Hopefully you can reduce the amount of incoming damage. That's always, a top-notch strategy. Legolas here does some pretty good damage. And obviously you're going to want to, if you can, haste up as many characters as you can. Again, that's just going to give you just a huge advantage, obviously. So once you kind of get that kind of stuff under control, then you can work on actually getting the ladders down, because that's the main point to this this whole battle. And I don't know how many in a row. I want to say we get, it's either 2, maybe even 3 battles in a row here with ladders. And you have to get the ladders down, otherwise this is just an unending battle and you can't win. But this is looking really good. So if you could get to this point, you could then sleep the 2 orcs with the shield on the side there, and then get the Berserker down and then take down the ladder. Now, I'm not exactly sure how I go about doing this, but I kind of feel like at some point here I probably just start opening up on these guys with the Shadowcraft abilities, and then just start wiping them all off of the board at a time. Again, I wouldn't recommend that unless you've got a bunch of people with those abilities, and you can, because I guess the biggest reason, or the biggest thing I would say about that is that once you start knocking guys down, you kind of start losing control of the battle, and losing control of when the enemy is going to get turns, and I guess we'll just leave it at that. So again, I would suggest kind of doing it like this, making sure that you get things under control, get these guys slept if you can. Again, no, I'm fairly certain here. Well, I guess we'll see here. Oh, there's an arrows asleep. All right, now we're in business. Again, I'm not sure how long I went with this strategy. I vaguely remember just starting to go crazy with the spirit powers and just wrecking stuff. That being said, this is also a really good place to skill up. Reason being, especially like right now. Okay, so we've got 2 guys slept. We could be skilling up on this 3rd guy, and then once we kill him, another guy's just going to come up the ladder eventually. So again, it's a really great place to skill up if your characters are lagging behind in any ways. The other great thing about that is if you're gonna decide to sit and skill up here, the other benefit to that is you'll actually be leveling as well, because the enemies essentially are limitless. Like I said earlier, as long as the ladders are up, that is. Once you start taking ladders down, it's a different story, and you just won't. Well, once all 3 ladders are down, you win, and you'll progress to the next fight, whatever that one is. I think it's another ladders. I don't know. I wanted to say level there, but this isn't exactly like a level-based game. Anyways, you'd progress to the next fight. I guess here I kind of just wanted to showcase all of Legolas's abilities. It says Lorien Wrath is actually his best ability, but I think that's only if you're actually attacking the ladder. I think like Uruk Hewer or whatever is technically his best ability for actually, taking down these orcs. Again, and that's because they're Uruk-hai, so I suspect that's why that does so much more damage. All right, so what do we got here? One of these dudes. All right, so. Silence Arrow is pretty annoying. So if you've got Idril here... Oh, and here I screwed up. So what happened there was, since my target died, or sorry, since the target was no longer valid, i.e. the ladder, my target got switched to this that sword warrior instead of the, I don't know, this captain or whatever this guy is with the crossbow. So that's why I woke that guy up on accident. Yeah, actually, so it looks like I kind of am doing a little bit of skilling up here. Otherwise, I would be blowing these guys all to smithereens with my... Seriously, did I miss the one guy I was trying? I did. I missed the one guy I wanted to put to sleep. That's hilarious. Eventually, that became less of a problem. The missing, that is. I'm kind of curious what Elagos' dexterity was at right here, but unfortunately I don't have a really good way of checking on that. So Aodin can do a bit of skilling up here as well with his Spiritcraft. And the reason why I would say it's not a bad idea to do it right here, again, it's because the enemies are limitless. Number 2 is, we recently obtained him. In all honesty, I think his spear abilities are pretty crappy, but if you like building your characters like down the physical path, then go right ahead. And you know, it'll probably do just fine for you. He does, I think he does get a, I think his best is like a 5-strike attack, so, I mean, that's really decent. But, anyways. So now I've got another Berserker up here, which, I don't know, is... Yeah, and see, I guess I don't recommend doing it like this, because again, so... Now we've got a Berserker that's loose, and he's going to be able to deal damage, and... We haven't taken any ladders down yet. Generally, it's a better idea to just keep things slept and work on one ladder at a time, you know, single target. I guess, again, I'm guessing the reason why is just because I'm trying to skill up and I didn't want to take ladders down. Obviously, instead of going after the ladder there, I had Legolas go after the Berserker, so... You know, once again, not the best strategy to go for if you're actually trying to win here. And again, you know, probably, yeah, here we go. This is where I start kind of taking care of business. But another, you know, observation here is definitely, I see not everybody is hasted, and that's definitely not ideal. But, somebody like Aodhan, I really didn't expect to leave him in for long. Yeah, that's why. So I brought him in, used one skill or whatever, and then just kind of made him leave. So yeah, here's where we're really going to start going to town with the damage. And you'll notice though here, so you know, again with the whole control of the battle aspect to this, you'll see, you know, once the guys start running up the ladder, you kind of start losing control of, I guess, the flow, and that's okay, you know, as long as you can back it up, you know, if you've got specifically really good multi-target damage like I do here with the Shadowcraft tree, but that's pretty tough to achieve if you haven't really been working at it. I mean, yeah, so you have to work at that to get to that point. Anyways, all right, we got this dual blade guy. I don't remember what. I don't think they can do really anything fancy other than a bleed or a damage over time effect. I want to say it's like grave wounds or something like that. The guys with the shield, I don't remember if they've got a stun or not. That would be my worry with them. Again, though, if you've got a set of, you know, 3 characters that you really like to, or you prefer to use, you know, generally I would recommend just keeping a stand fast going on those 3. I mean, you know, unfortunately, if Barathor isn't one of those 3, that's going to be a real pain in the ass to try to buff 3 of your other characters. You know, you're going to be swapping Barathor in and out, and, you know, so on and so forth. But anyways... again, you know, I don't remember exactly what the guys with the shield can do, and maybe they don't have a stun at all. That's a definite possibility. But anyways, yeah, I don't know why I'm. I think this was kind of my well, I kind of made the realization here that a lot of these items are just pointless for me to steal. They're not bad items, you know, I'll fully agree to that. They're not bad, but being that so many of my characters have built spirit, you know, you don't need the quality of items that you get here. So obviously there's different ranks of items, you know, you've got something like a King's Foil, which is literally the worst healing item in the game, but that makes it sound like it's really bad, but it's not if you're using it with the right characters. And what I mean by that is if you've got a character with a ton of spirit power built up, that King's Foil will be insane. I mean, at a certain point, it will heal your characters to full health from, you know, 1 health. So, you know, it may not be great in everyone's hands, but if somebody's got a really good spirit stat, that King's Foil will be awesome. That being said, though, there is you know, a better or a higher tier version of King's Foil, which will restore more health, even if, you know, if you're, well, it'll just restore more health, period. So I don't remember exactly which item that is right off the top of my head, but I guess just keep in mind that it's out there. But those type of items are, you'll notice, are here. And again, you know, if you're running low on that sort of stuff, or you feel like you need to, go ahead and steal it. Otherwise, don't waste the time. You know, bring Morwen in, do what you want to do with her. If she's, you know, if she's one of the characters that you like to use a lot, leave her in here. You know, she does have some actually really good abilities. Paralyzing Wound is insane. It's really good for like these dual wielding guys. The guy that just came up here, I believe he can, his melee attacks can be bound, or he's vulnerable to melee immobilization, as they call it in this game. So that's one thing. She's got, you know, all kinds of different damage over time effects. She's got a stunning blow, which is also fairly good, you know, depending on obviously the target's stun resistance or whether or not they're immune to it. But alright, what do we got here? We got one, is this one ladder left, I see? So not too bad, we're getting there. Boom! And Idril, the boss, takes it down. 8.9k, and I think she's only got the cracked Spirit Stone of Spirit Enhancement. I don't think I've got any better versions yet. So, pretty respectable damage.
Defenses grow weak.
Let us move down there and help them.
Move! Quickly!
Alright, a neat little cutscene there, and here we've got a bunch more Berserkers. They just have to start with the Berserkers. Let's see which ones. Oh, and then I missed the target on these guys. I'm not sure which ones these are. They look like the regular ones. Okay, so if I remember right, the veteran Berserkers have a little different helmet than these guys. So yeah, so I think these guys are just the regular ones. And I don't think these ones, like I said earlier, I don't think these ones can stun. The veterans definitely can. Yeah, okay, cool. So yeah, you'll definitely be able to notice the veteran Berserkers. So once one of those pops up, I'll try to point him out. I would say of all the orcs or the Uruk-hai here in this area, in Helm's Deep anyway, I would say that the veterans are probably the most dangerous. There's another sapper coming up, and I think they're kind of dangerous too. I don't remember how much damage they really do though. None of them lived long enough to for me to find out, I guess. Anyways, let's get this party started. Same deal here. You know, if you can, I guess, take down the Berserkers, and then if you can get some like swordsmen or something to run up here, go ahead and, you know, put them to sleep. Single target the ladders down. Again, you know, like I said, same exact strategy here. I don't think the ladders can be hit with any type of damage over time effects. I'm not 100% sure on that though. We'll see. Maybe here. I'm not sure if I end up landing any, but that would be interesting to see. And that would actually be super cheap because yeah, that would actually be really cheap. I suspect that they didn't allow us to do that. I mean, in all honesty, then you could kind of just screw around with the orcs up front while the ladders took damage over time. But I mean, that makes sense, right? Like, oh, here's a good one. Wheel of Fire. I mean, you'd essentially be setting the ladder on fire, right? Seems to make sense. Anyways, Again, I don't think it does. I don't think you can land most damage over time abilities on him anyway. They probably do like the initial damage, like something like Cleaving Wound is a pretty good example. I'm pretty sure the initial damage, the like, you know, however much damage it does, excuse me, when you connect, but I don't think the damage over time portion of that ability sticks. There's, oh, okay. Wait, oh, nope, I did. All right, so I've definitely connected with Wheel of Fire, and yeah, here we go, one more. All right, so this will answer our question. So we definitely have Wheel of Fire ticking on, or we should have it ticking on all the ladders. But again, no, I don't think that they actually, you know, are able to have those effects land. So we'll see. Not seeing it. This looks like a veteran. Yep, that is a veteran berserker right there. You notice his helmet? It's got that, I don't know, what do you call it? It's like an extra plate on the top. And I think those guys are beefier too. They've got more health, more armor. I'm not sure how much armor. Typically the berserkers are not known for their armor, but yeah, alright. So Wheel of Fire is not ticking on the ladder. So again, fairly certain here that that the damage over time portions do not take effect. It's kind of interesting though. It does look like that ladder is on fire back there, right? I don't know. Maybe that's just my imagination. Unfortunately here, if I would have just hit the square button, I could have answered that question more easily, but I suspect that I didn't bother because I didn't think about it. But that guy went down quick though. That Loudwater Fury is pretty insane right now. And that's that. Alright, so another one bites the dust, or another whatever. How many that was? 6. 10. Plus 3 ladders. I don't know. Anyways. Alright, we've got some more spoils here. I don't know that, you know, maybe depending on your character's gear, those items might be worth equipping right now in the middle of battle. And by items, I mean weapons. You're only going to be able to equip, you know, your main hand weapon or whatever. But again, I'm not sure if, I think, what was that, a weapon for Idriel? So maybe if you're going with a physical-oriented Idriel, then yeah, that might be worth it. But otherwise, it's probably not. All right, so we're back to regular berserkers here. At least I think these 3 are. They sure look like it. They've all got the, yeah, they've all got the normal weakling berserker helmets on. Oh, that guy. Okay, there it is. That was Stagger Foe. So I was mistaken. There's either a berserker in here or... Oh, okay, yep. They all look the same. So, okay, even these weakling berserkers apparently can use Stagger Foe. So, my bad. I was completely mistaken. I thought only the veterans could. But there you go. There's your stand fast. And, you can use Cleanse Shadow, I guess, if you want to. Otherwise, I would fully suspect that I would just let Legolas stun just wear off. I don't know that it's really worth using a turn to get rid of it. Obviously, now that we've got stun immunity, he will be immune from any subsequent attempts at stuns. And, you know, I mentioned this in one of the other videos, but I'm not 100% sure what determines how much of a shield you get from Hadhad shielding ability. You know, he's got Stone Shield and then Mountain Shield. I'm really curious what actually determines the amount of damage that's absorbed from that, because it seems to me that like enemies just aren't doing any damage to me after I use that. It's really rare that somebody actually breaks through that shield. So again, I'm not 100% sure. I don't know if it's level based. I don't know if it's his spirit, you know. I don't know if it's the character's maximum health. I have no idea, but it's pretty crazy. So, okay, is it just my imagination, or does it look like there's fires underneath the ladders now? Yeah, look at that. Or was that always there and I just never noticed it? Huh, I don't know. Maybe I'm losing it. Anyways, we're going to keep going with these. There's a veteran. So there is definitely a distinction, though. You can tell with the helmet. But that just means that they're going to obviously have more health and, like I said earlier, I think better armor as well. Ooh, crippling. Crippling is supposed to add a slowing effect to your characters. I'm not sure if yep, there it is, crippling. I don't know that I worry about it too much, but Whip of the Master will prevent that. So, you know, if that's something that you're worried about and you've got access to the Whip of the Master, then go right ahead. Toss that on your characters. To be honest, I didn't really notice that much of a slowing effect. But that's not to say that it doesn't exist. I just, I guess I just barely notice it. And again, maybe that's because I built so much speed on my characters as well. But, yeah, I guess, you know, it's a possibility. Maybe that is more of an issue for, you know, anybody that hasn't built a bunch of speed. Anyways, that's that. Alright, so that was the last of the ladders, I believe, anyway. And we will be saying farewell to Legolas.
Is this all you can conjure, Saruman?
But we will also be saying hello to Mr. Gimli. God, that scene was so well done in the movie. Alright, here he is. The little man himself, Gimli. And boy, if that isn't just his... Or if that isn't just Hadhod's twin. I don't know, they look really similar. Gimli looks a little bigger than Hadhod maybe, but anyways. Gimli has one really fantastic ability called Balrog's Gambit, I believe. And that's going to stun an enemy, and that is definitely something that I would recommend taking advantage of. Hopefully at some point I'll showcase all of Gimli's abilities, but this is by far his best. And then just like any other character that you're using stunning type abilities with, you're going to want to use that ability on the same enemy over and over, you know, just to keep them stunned. Otherwise, you'll kind of lose control of, I don't know, they'll get free. I don't know how to better describe that. Anyways. This is a little different than the ladders in that there is a finite amount of enemies here that you'll have to cut through. It's still I guess the same strategy could still be used though. You know, if you can get control of a couple of these guys, you know, get them slept or whatever, and then just cut them down one at a time. That would be obviously my recommendation. You're gonna see here, I'm not gonna do that because, well, because shadow powers. or Shadowcraft, I should say. But again, you know, it gets a little more chaotic when you're doing it that way. And so yeah. Anyways, we'll just leave it at that. All right. So here we've got a veteran berserker. So again, you know, if you're going to be using the same 3 characters, kind of like I've got here, I don't know that I swap in the other characters or not. I guess we'll find out here. But although that's not a bad idea, especially because these battles are worth a ton of the experience. And I mean, we're just getting wave after wave of enemies, so it's not a bad idea to you know, swap your characters in while you can. I think that, you know, usually the best time to do that would be is if you've got a couple sleeping. So, you know, if you can get a couple of slept, that would be ideal. And then swap your characters in, have them do whatever you want them to do, and then swap in your A squad again if you want. Otherwise, it is a pretty cool looking skill. Anyways, here's the sappers. So they basically, all the sappers take 2 turns. The first turn they light their bomb, and the second turn they run at you and try to blow you up. Again, I don't remember how much damage these guys actually do when they blow up on you. I never let it happen, so I guess I would suggest not letting them blow up on you. Whiff. It's so frustrating when all I want to do is steal 1 item and then shoot whiffs. Or misses. Sorry. Using funny slang. And slang free is the way to be. Anyways. Let's do some fun stuff. Alright. Cripple that dude. I don't know which of these guys, if any, are immune to fear. I suspect that guy with the I think the guys with the shields, they're kind of just, I don't know, they're kind of crappy. You can land almost everything on them. The sappers, I'm not 100% sure. And berserkers are pretty much immune to everything. I don't remember if you can do anything to them. Okay, well, there you go. I guess you can stun them. That answers that question. So that's probably the best way to deal with them. I don't know if they can be crippled or not, so I guess maybe just stick to stuns, since we know they're effective. Alright, let's start getting these guys blown apart. Boom! Kinda would have been cool if they would have, like, done some damage to the buddies standing next to him, but that's not the case. I suppose that would be a little cheap though, too. Alright, let's keep going. Keep the wheel turning. That wheel of fire. Kaboom! Alright. Reaching blow. Alright, so these... The veteran berserkers for sure have reaching blow, and that's going to obviously take health from them and give it to... Oh my god, give it to them. So I put up, what was that? Devastating shield. And it only did 91 damage to that guy. How worthless is that? That's horrible. So it only does, it returns, what does it look like? 10% damage back? That's pretty crappy. Boom! 3 at a time? Not bad. Well, there's 2 more reinforcements. There's 3. All sappers. Fun. Man, that damage over time tick for 3.5k, that's nuts. Yeah, things are not going to be living long if that's the case. Wow, all 4 sappers. That's impressive. Oh my god. 7k. So yeah, so this is the power of Idril with a cracked elf stone and her passive, well, and I guess Shadowcraft abilities. There we go. It looks like these are the last three because no one took the fourth guy's spot. Boom! Dwarven cleave, really? Why bother? I honestly don't even know why I bothered doing that. So being that we're kind of at the end of this fight, it might not be a bad idea to start restoring health and AP if you can. I don't remember if there's a... No, I don't think there is. I think this is it for these battles. We'll get a save point right after this, I believe. Yeah, because it's looking like this is the end of the video, so... Yeah, alright. Well, this is going to be it. So, I'll probably cut the commentary here. So, like, comment, subscribe, whatever you guys want to do. Hope these guides are helpful, though. Hope you're enjoying them. And, as always, hope you join me for more. Alright, thanks for watching.